Hello, Professor. My name is Lok Pandey, and I'll be presenting about generative AI in web development, uh, exploring the future of web creation. So, next slide. Uh, Here are my agenda items. So, first, I will introduce about generative AI. Then, I will tell what the applications of generative AI for web development are. Then I will discuss some of the challenges that are associated with generative AI. Finally, I will conclude and I will list the references that I have used for creating this presentation. Next slide. So first, generative AI. So generative AI is actually the use of various tools and techniques or the algorithms through which we can generate new content like new text, new images, new code, new video, new audio based on training data. One of the great example of generative AI is GPT 3.5. Next slide. Uh, so regarding the applications in web development, first I will talk about the text generation application. So using ChatGPT and other generative AI tools, we can generate text that we need. For example, if I want to create a website introduction section and I need text for that, so rather than using lorem ipsum that web developers normally use when they don't have text, we can generate appropriate text and then fit in there. For example, I gave a prompt here like generate text for the introduction section of a plastic manufacturing company in 100 words organized into two paragraphs, and ChatGPT gave me that. So next slide. The next application in web development is image generation. Uh, so rather than using copyrighted images, we can generate our own image according to our requirement. For example, here I wanted an image of Mount Everest above the clouds with sun shining on it, and I Dell Dell E created this image for me. Uh, it looks great. So the next application of web development, it is code generation. Uh, we can use uh, uh, generative AI tools like Google Gemini to generate code according to our requirement. For example, I wanted here to generate code to check if the age is between 0 and 100, and Google Gemini created code for me, which I can directly use in the web application. Next slide. So the next application in web development is portfolio generation. Uh, we can generate our whole portfolio uh, using generative AI. We just have to fill up the form and give all the information to it, and then it will provide a whole website for us that we can directly upload. Next slide. So the next application of generative AI in web development is debugging. Uh, Coding is hard, but debugging is harder. This generative AI, like ChatGPT, can make this easy for us uh, by debugging by itself and telling us where the error lies. Uh, so, uh, generative AI also comes up with challenges, which is in the next slide. Uh, so regarding the challenges, like one of the problem is that Gen AI content may be biased. Also, there is question mark on the quality and reliability of the output that is generated by generative AI. They may not meet the exact quality standards or the project requirements sometimes, and the developer has to be mindful about that. Also, there is a challenge that AI may replace humans in the future. So it poses a great challenge in terms of job loss. Next slide is the conclusion. Here I conclude that generative AI is helpful in web development, it can generate many things like text, image, code, and also help us in debugging. So it is a boon for the web developers. Also, as the generative AI will become more sophisticated, it will be more helpful for the developers. However, there are ethical challenges and those must be addressed. So that's the end of my presentation, and here are the references that I've used for making this presentation. Thank you and have a good day.